We continue from the previous lecture of dimensionless formulation, and this is a topic, dynamic similarity, which is very intimately connected with the dimensionless formulations of fluid flow problems. For this lecture, my learning objectives are I will introduce to you the concepts of geometric and kinematic similarity in flow problems, and then move on to what is dynamic similarity and how it is related with the dimensionless parameters. And then in the end, we will have a discussion on how we use these ideas of dynamic similarity. Right, let us start discussing the ideas of geometric and kinematic similarity. We have the concept of geometric similarity from very early days. I believe very early classes in school we have been taught what are two geometrically similar objects, right? So two geometries are similar when the shapes are similar. And what do we mean? That the corresponding dimensions have the same ratio. Okay, so we know all this. And as an example, I have just shown some shapes. So, for example, on the extreme right, you have a small sized square, and then in the middle, the square is bigger, and on the extreme right, you have a rectangle. So, starting from extreme left, I have a small square, in the middle a larger square, and then on the right I have a rectangle. So these are 1, 2 and 3 objects. So obviously if you compare 1 and 2, we will say that they are similar objects because the ratio of the corresponding sides is fixed. Okay, so for example it could be twice or maybe 2.5 or whatever. So the square remains a square. Now 1 and 3 are not similar because the ratio of the corresponding sides is not preserved. For example, the length has been increased but the breadth has been kept same or maybe even decreased. So if the length was increased by some factor, then the width should also have been increased by the same factor. That is the idea when we say that the corresponding dimensions have the same ratio. In fluid flow problems also we can have geometric similarity. For example, deliberately I have taken a very practical and real world problem of steady flow past a cooling tower. You might have noticed there are cooling towers in various thermal power plants, and they have this specific kind of a geometry. So they are of course they rest on the ground. So you can see that there is a small cooling tower on the left, and there is a right on the right. There is a taller and bigger cooling tower, and the flow is coming on both. The flow is coming from the left hand side with a velocity which is parallel to the ground, and the velocity is different, of course, u1, u2. And so here in this case I have shown deliberately some of the key dimensions of the cooling tower, the height and the top width, t1, t2, and heights are h1, h2. So you have a geometrically similar situation provided the ratios are same of corresponding dimensions. So it means T2 upon T1 has the same ratio as H2 upon H1. And not only these ratios, the side geometry, the profile hai, the profile of the sides of the cooling tower, if you were described by some function with the help of, let's say, x and y coordinates, then side geometry is described by the same type of function. दोनों कूलिंग टावर्स में टाइप ऑफ फंक्शन इज सेम. So if all these conditions are met, we would say that these two flow problems are geometrically similar. So another very simple example is, let's say we have a steady two-dimensional flow past a circular cylinder. So I have a one smaller cylinder on the left and a larger cylinder having larger diameter on the right. Again, the flow is coming from the left. And notice that for geometric similarity, I'm not concerned whether I'm dealing with what kind of fluid. So on the left, I have deliberately written flow of air, whereas on the right, I'm talking of flow of water. And the velocities are in the way they have been shown. So as far as velocities, type of fluid, all these things, we don't have to, they have no role to play as far as, you want to judge the geometric similarity. Geometric similarity in fluid flow problems is exactly based on the same concept as similarity of two objects. Okay. So the idea is that the geometry of the flow domain that you are considering, that domain geometry should be geometrically similar. Corresponding dimensions should have the same ratio. That's the idea. Okay. Now, in the above examples, apart from geometric similarity, ये जो fluid flow के problems के जो मैंने दो examples दिए हैं, if you were to notice in the above examples, deliberately I have also given you similarity of the velocity boundary conditions. ये दोनों में है. For example, अगर आप cooling tower problem में देखें तो velocity जो भी solid surfaces हैं उन पे तो velocity no slip और no penetration ही रहेगी. And if you look at the far field conditions, far field से मतलब है जो ऑब्जेक्ट है उससे दूर जाकर के अगर देखें तो वेलोसिटी की जो कंडीशन है वो भी सिमिलर है दोनों प्रॉब्लम्स में. देयर इज अ वेलोसिटी फ्रॉम लेफ्ट टू द राइट, so this is one similar aspect, and it is aligned with a direction parallel to the ground in case of the cooling tower. So दोनों problems में the vector alignment and the vector directions, they are similar, right? Only the magnitudes are different. So we say that, and all other boundary conditions are similar. So that's why I say that velocity boundary conditions are also similar. So the same is the case with the cylinder problem. Okay. So now this is another aspect that we need to consider. So when I say velocity boundary conditions, I mean boundary conditions on all interfaces. So whether it's cylinder surface or cooling tower surface, ground, so no slip, no penetration, solid fluid interfaces पे लगती है, and same type of free stream conditions as I said. तो सेम टाइप से मतलब यही है कि जो वेक्टर अलाइनमेंट है और जनरल डायरेक्शन है वेक्टर का वो सब सिमिलर होना चाहिए. मैग्नीट्यूड वाइज दे मे बी डिफरेंट. सो व्हेन सच अ सिमिलैरिटी एग्जिस्ट वी से वी हैव अ काइनेमैटिकली सिमिलर सिचुएशन. सो सच अ सिमिलैरिटी इज टर्म्ड एज काइनेमैटिक सिमिलैरिटी, यानी वेलोसिटी बाउंड्री कंडीशंस की सिमिलैरिटी जो है दो फ्लो प्रॉब्लम्स में, दैट इज टर्म्ड एज काइनेमैटिक सिमिलैरिटी. So when working with unsteady flows, kinematic similarity will also include the initial conditions. So this is something which you should make a note of. तो खाली बाउंड्री कंडीशंस ही नहीं बल्कि इनिशियल कंडीशंस अगर वो इम्पॉर्टेंट है, जैसा कि मैंने कहा अगर आप एक अनस्टेडी फ्लो मॉडल कर रहे हैं तो आपके वेलोसिटी की इनिशियल कंडीशंस भी आर रिक्वायर्ड. सो बोथ बाउंड्री एंड इनिशियल कंडीशंस नीड टू बी सिमिलर to have a kinematic similarity situation between two flows. Okay. Now we state quite in a point blank manner, and later on we'll try to understand these ideas. What constitutes dynamic similarity? This is what is being stated now. So two flows are said to be dynamically similar when the following conditions hold. What are the conditions? the two flows are geometrically and kinematically similar. तो ये पहली शर्त है, पहली कंडीशन है डायनेमिक सिमिलैरिटी की. क्या है कि दोनों फ्लोज आपके ज्योमेट्रिकली एंड किनेमैटिकली सिमिलर होने चाहिए. Now, by now we are familiar with what we mean by geometric and kinematic similarities. Second point is that the two flows have the same dimensionless solution. So I repeat, the two flows have the same dimensionless solution when their dimensionless solutions are obtained in the dimensionless domains. So what do we mean? We have learnt in our previous lecture that for any problem we can always convert the governing equations and even the boundary conditions and initial conditions. So whatever governs the solution, every type of relation can be converted into a dimensionless form. So that means now what we are saying is that if we have two problems which are geometrically and kinematically similar, and let's say we find their solutions in the dimensionless domain. तो डायमेंशनलेस डोमेन का मतलब है कि आपको उनके दोनों प्रॉब्लम्स के जो गवर्निंग इक्वेशंस हैं, बाउंड्री कंडीशंस हैं, मे बी इवन इनिशियल कंडीशंस, ऑल हैव टू बी कन्वर्टेड इनटू डायमेंशनलेस फॉर्म एंड देन द सॉल्यूशन ऑब्टेन. सो या सॉल्यूशन ऑब्टेन ना भी करें तो सॉल्यूशन को एग्जामिन करें, दैट्स द आइडिया. ओके, तो अब अगर हम ऐसा करते हैं तो हमें वहाँ पे एक सिनेरियो ये मिल सकता है कि अंडर सर्टेन कंडीशंस वी कैन गेट सेम डायमेंशनलेस सॉल्यूशंस. ऑल्दो दोनों प्रॉब्लम्स अलग हैं, उनमें ज़रूरी नहीं है फ्लूइड्स भी सेम हो, फ्लूइड्स डिफरेंट हो सकते हैं, ज्योमेट्रिकली भी साइजेस डिफरेंट हो सकते हैं. काइनेमेटिक सिमिलैरिटी में जैसा मैंने बताया था कि मैग्नीट्यूड्स अलग हो सकते हैं वेलोसिटी के. तो ये होते हुए भी हम ये कह रहे हैं कि ये पॉसिबल है कि उनके डायमेंशनलेस सॉल्यूशंस जो हैं वो सेम हो सकते हैं अंडर सर्टेन कंडीशंस. तो जब वो सेम होंगे देन वी विल से दैट वी हैव अ कंडीशन ऑफ डायनेमिक सिमिलैरिटी. ओके, दैट इज द आइडिया. सो व्हेन दे हैव द सेम डायमेंशनलेस सॉल्यूशन in their dimensionless domains, then we say that the two flows are dynamically similar. So the second point basically tells you that there is a very intimate connection between dynamic similarity and the dimensionless formulations, which we have learnt in the previous lecture. So now we will try to help you out in understanding all this, why the dimensionless solutions can become same if the two flows have geometric and kinematic similarities. Let us take a sort of a conceptual example which is necessary for you to understand all these ideas. So we will examine the conditions that can lead to dynamic similarity between two geometric and kinematic similar flows, geometrically and kinematically similar flows. So for that, again, consider a incompressible homogeneous constant property flow of two different fluids. So deliberately I am taking two different fluids around two, let's say, geometrically similar objects. So for the sake of simplicity, I take two spherical objects, again of different sizes, and the objects are immersed in a large expanse of fluid. So just to avoid a lot of complexity with the boundary conditions, I am considering this scenario. The objects are immersed in a large expanse of fluid. कहने का मतलब ये है कि ऑब्जेक्ट के साइज के हिसाब से चारों तरफ जो फ्लूइड है वो अच्छा खासा बड़ा एक डोमेन है फ्लूइड का. दैट्स द आइडिया. सो if you look at the problem from the fluid dynamic perspective, I have now drawn a line in between, and I have one problem which I am calling as problem A on the left, and the other problem on the right termed as problem B. Okay, so I have just a sphere which I have shown of some diameter dA on the left and dB on the right, and again there is a stream of fluid A and B approaching from the left in both the problems and towards the sphere. So since the sphere is immersed in a large expanse of fluid, so There are no other kind of solid boundaries or any other interfaces there in the problem. So just a large body of fluid, and at some large distance from the sphere, the conditions are known. On the left, you have a streaming motion, a uniform streaming approaching the sphere. Okay. So you may notice now the two preconditions for dynamic similarity. सबसे पहले तो उसी को confirm कर लीजिए कि the two problems should be geometrically and kinematically similar. So geometrically, well, there is nothing else except the sphere, so definitely the two spheres are similar, and the domains also are, in both cases I am considering large expanse of fluid, so domains are also similar. There are no other dimensions involved, and you can also see that apart from that you have kinematic similarity also, because the velocity boundary conditions on the surface of the sphere are same, no slip and no penetration, and on the at large distances from the sphere you have again the same kinematic boundary condition of a fluid uniform fluid flow conditions, with the direction of the velocity vector being same in both the cases, and only the magnitude is different. So I would like to point out here is that if suppose in one of the problems the flow was not uniform, even the direction was the same, okay, ये हो सकता है कि इन दोनों प्रॉब्लम में एक में हम यूनिफॉर्म फ्लो ले लें और दूसरे में हम अगर यूनिफॉर्म कंडीशंस नहीं लेते हैं तब वो काइनेमेटिकली सिमिलर नहीं होगा, बिकॉज द कैरेक्टर ऑफ बाउंड्री कंडीशंस एट लार्ज डिस्टेंसेस चेंजेस इन बोथ. So please try to understand this kinematic similarity very carefully. इसमें नेचर ऑफ बाउंड्री कंडीशंस बिल्कुल सिमिलर होना चाहिए. तो अगर एक में यूनिफॉर्म है तो दूसरे में भी यूनिफॉर्म होना चाहिए. And of course the vector direction and everything should match, okay, in the far field. So this is what is meant by the kinematic similarity, right? Now once we have assured ourselves that we have a geometric and kinematic similar problems, let us now just convert them into dimensionless forms. Okay, उनकी जो प्रॉब्लम को उसके इक्वेशंस लिख के और उसके स्केल्स वगैरह चूज करके उसको कन्वर्ट करते हैं, जैसा कि हमने लास्ट लेक्चर में लर्न किया है. ओके, हाउ डू वी कन्वर्ट इक्वेशंस इनटू डायमेंशनलेस फॉर्म्स? You have to choose your scales and move ahead accordingly. तो अब हम उस चीज़ को काफ़ी क्विकली भी कर सकते हैं, बिकॉज आई हैव टेकन द सेम मॉडल. तो हमारे पास इक्वेशंस भी वही हैं, तो हमारे सारे स्केल्स का जो चॉइस है वो हमने जो लास्ट लेक्चर में सीखा है उसी को हम डायरेक्टली यहाँ पे अप्लाई कर देंगे. राइट, सो फॉर द लेफ्ट problem A, the length scale is let's say dA, velocity scale is UA, pressure scale is rho A UA square, and the time scale, because let's say I'm not dealing with any unsteady flow which has some kind of a unsteady forcing. So इस केस में कोई ऐसी unsteady forcing नहीं है. So it could be a transient analysis of a steady flow, or it may be a flow which may develop unsteadiness due to inherent instabilities. दोनों ही cases में residence time scale is the logical choice, because there is no imposed time scale, there is no unsteady forcing which is being imposed in the problem. So TS is dA over length scale upon velocity scale, so dA upon UA. So now when we convert our physical domain into dimensionless form, since my length scale is dA, so the sphere size or the diameter, it will be divided by dA itself, so the size becomes unity, and the velocity scale is UA itself, so the dimensionless velocity of the stream approaching the sphere becomes 1. Now if you notice, for both problems I have the same sphere now in the dimensionless world. दोनों का size unity है, और both of them are experiencing a approaching stream from the left hand side, and the stream also in the dimensionless world has the same magnitude, which is unity. So this is what is actually being achieved because of kinematic and geometric similarities. क्योंकि दोनों फ्लोज ज्योमेट्रिकली और काइनेमेटिकली सिमिलर थे, तो जब आपने उनको कन्वर्ट किया डायमेंशनलेस डोमेन में, तो आपको दोनों की शेप या ज्योमेट्री बिल्कुल मैच हो गई, एग्जैक्ट हो गई, दोनों में डायमीटर यूनिटी हो गया, और दोनों में जो लेफ्ट से अप्रोच वेलोसिटी है फ्लूइड स्ट्रीम की, वो दोनों केसेस में 1 हो गई या सेम हो गई. सो ये इसलिए हो रहा है बिकॉज ओरिजिनली यू आर डीलिंग विद ज्योमेट्रिकली एंड काइनेमेटिकली सिमिलर फ्लोज. तो ये पॉइंट इंपॉर्टेंट है कि इन द डायमेंशनलेस डोमेन both problems appear to be same, they don't appear to be different. Okay, now let's look at the governing equations. इसमें थोड़ा सा एक मैंने अपने फ़ायदे के लिए या कन्वीनियंस के लिए आई एम वर्किंग विद मोशन प्रेशर. रिमेंबर मैंने ये बताया हुआ है कि अगर बॉडी फोर्सेस कंजर्वेटिव हैं, और जैसा कि ग्रेविटी वगैरह का केस होता है, तो आप उसको अलग से ट्रीट करने की ज़रूरत नहीं होती नेवियर-स्टोक्स इक्वेशंस में. यू कैन कंबाइन विद द प्रेशर फोर्स and express everything in terms of motion pressure. Motion pressure is thermodynamic pressure plus rho naught gz. You can refer back to my relevant lecture where I have talked about all these alternate formulations. So my equations don't contain any explicit body force, वो सब pressure में absorbed है, so that I have ease of writing things. And the scales as I have shown, वो हमने last lecture में देखा था. तो ऐसे अगर हम स्केल्स लेंगे तो हमारे पाई 1 और पाई 3 जो हमारे दो ग्रुप्स होते हैं, पाई 3 प्रेशर फोर्स के साथ होता है और पाई 1 जो है वो लोकल एक्सेलरेशन, तो ये दोनों ही यूनिटी हो जाते हैं बिकॉज आई हैव चोजन रेजिडेंस टाइम एज द टाइम स्केल, एंड प्रेशर का स्केल मैंने रो ए यू ए स्क्वायर ले लिया. तो माई नॉन डायमेंशनल इक्वेशंस आर एग्जैक्टली दिस, विद रेनॉल्ड्स नंबर अपियरिंग एज अ पाई ग्रुप और द सिंगल नॉन डायमेंशनल नंबर. तो लेफ्ट वाली प्रॉब्लम के भी ये इक्वेशंस हैं जो लिखे हुए हैं, और राइट प्रॉब्लम में भी मैंने जो इक्वेशंस लिखे हैं वो भी सिमिलर सेम ही हैं, विद द डिफरेंस दैट उस केस में जो रेनॉल्ड्स नंबर होगा वो उस प्रॉब्लम का होगा, प्रॉब्लम बी का होगा, और इधर जो रेनॉल्ड्स नंबर है ऑन द लेफ्ट, इट वाज फॉर दिस प्रॉब्लम ए. And because the fluids are different, so rho A velocity is different, UA diameter is different, and viscosity is different. So REA and REB may be different, है ना, उनकी वैल्यू कोई ज़रूरी नहीं है कि वो सेम हो. So what is important is the bottom line which is written, that since Reynolds number is the only dimensionless parameter for this problem, ये सिर्फ इस प्रॉब्लम के लिए है, बट इन जनरल ट्रू नहीं है. So since Reynolds number is the only dimensionless parameter for this problem, the dimensionless solutions would depend on RE only. Why this is so? Because see, dimensionless solutions would depend on governing equations, and whatever dimensionless proofs or parameters are there in the equations. And in addition to that, they will depend on the boundary conditions in the dimensionless domain and the geometry in the dimensionless domain. Now, since the geometry and boundary conditions in the dimensionless domain shown in red are identical, so they have already been made identical by geometric and kinematic similarities. Now the solutions would depend only on the governing equations. And in the governing equations, what dictates the solutions? The only dimensionless parameter of pi group that I have, which is the Reynolds number. Okay, so let's continue our discussion on this. So now suppose I have a situation where I make these two Reynolds numbers equal. So this is not a very difficult thing. ये सिर्फ चूज करने की बात है कंडीशंस को, जैसे वेलोसिटी है, साइज है, एंड टाइप ऑफ फ्लूइड्स हैं. दे कैन बी सेलेक्टेड इन अ मैनर सो दैट REA can be matched in value with REB. ओके, तो अगर हमने ऐसा कर लिया तब क्या होगा कि फिर दोनों के चूंकि डायमेंशनलेस डोमेन्स जो हैं वो एग्जैक्टली सेम हैं, बाउंड्री कंडीशंस एग्जैक्टली सेम हैं और इक्वेशंस भी सेम ही है एक्सेप्ट द पैरामीटर रेनॉल्ड्स नंबर. एंड इफ यू टेक दैट रेनॉल्ड्स नंबर एज सेम फॉर बोथ द प्रॉब्लम्स, then definitely there is no reason for us to expect different dimensionless solutions. We will expect that the dimensionless solutions for problem A and B will match. Okay, so this is something very important. अगर हमने इंश्योर कर लिया कि जो डायमेंशनलेस पाई ग्रुप या नंबर जो इन्वॉल्व है इक्वेशंस में वो हमने मैच कर दिए इन मैग्नीट्यूड, so then we expect that the solutions will also same, will be also agreeing or matching, or they will be identical for both the problems. Of course I am talking of the dimensionless solutions. Remember, तो ये जो डायनेमिक सिमिलैरिटी है ये सिर्फ डायमेंशनलेस सॉल्यूशंस के ऊपर ही बात हो रही है. So these conditions are now symbolically written in terms of velocity field, VA star, and of course in the dimensionless world I am mentioning everything as a star, so some position vector star and T star इनका functions हैं ये. So the left side are the solutions for the problem A, dimensionless solutions for problem A, and on the right we have the dimensionless solutions of problem B, and the both will match. Okay, so what has been illustrated by the above example? Let us summarize that. Okay, so we have illustrated that two geometrically kinematically similar flows are dynamically similar if, now this is the important word, all the dimensionless parameters of pi groups which are relevant in the dimensionless formulation. तो ये important है, जब हमारे पास कोई दो फ्लोज होंगे तो हमें उनके डायमेंशनलेस फॉर्मुलेशन में सारे नॉन डायमेंशनल पैरामीटर्स और पाई ग्रुप्स को देखना होगा जो रेलिवेंट है. तो अब सारे नॉन डायमेंशनल पैरामीटर्स और पाई ग्रुप्स कैसे आइडेंटिफाई होंगे? अगर हम गवर्निंग इक्वेशंस, उनकी बाउंड्री कंडीशंस और इनिशियल कंडीशंस सभी को कन्वर्ट करें नॉन डायमेंशनल फॉर्म्स में. ओके, और सबको नॉन डायमेंशनल फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट करने के बाद बाय चूजिंग द स्केल्स इन द मैनर दैट आई हैव ऑलरेडी इंडिकेटेड, तो आपको जितने भी रेलेवेंट डायमेंशनलेस पाई ग्रुप्स होंगे वो दैट विल बी मेड विजिबल. ओके, तो वो सारे नॉन डायमेंशनल ग्रुप जो हैं वो आपके आइडेंटिकल होने चाहिए दोनों प्रॉब्लम्स में, या उनकी वैल्यूज अगर सेम होंगी तभी आपको जो है डायनेमिक सिमिलैरिटी मिलेगी. सो दिस इज व्हाट वी हैव समराइज्ड. ओके, this is what we have learned so far. So two geometrically kinematically similar flows are dynamically similar if all the dimensionless parameters of pi groups relevant in the dimensionless formulations, I have deliberately written in brackets. What do we mean by dimensionless formulations? Equations plus BC plus IC. So of the two problems are made identical. Okay. Finally, we examine the relations between the dimensional solutions. So this is interesting. क्योंकि dimensionless solutions दोनों प्रॉब्लम के हमने मैच कर दिए अंडर द कंडीशन ऑफ डायनेमिक सिमिलैरिटी, तो कैन वी रिलेट द डायमेंशनल सॉल्यूशंस हैं, कमिंग बैक टू द ओरिजिनल प्रॉब्लम्स जो अपने अपने डायमेंशनल वर्ल्ड में डिफरेंट थी. ओके, so finally we examine the relations between the dimensional solutions of the two problems under the condition of dynamic similarity. So मैं जो relations निकाल रहा हूँ वो under the condition of dynamic similarity है. So since I am saying that dynamic similarity is existing, so my dimensionless solutions of A and B must match. Of course they will match at the same R star and T star. तो दोनों के जो डायमेंशनलेस पोजीशन वेक्टर्स हैं और टाइम इंस्टेंट्स हैं वो सेम एक यूनिक वैल्यू पे, सेम वैल्यू पे दोनों के सेम आएंगे. सो दिस इज व्हाट इट इज. सो नाउ लेट अस गो बैक एंड राइट इट इन टर्म्स ऑफ डायमेंशनल सॉल्यूशंस. तो डायमेंशनल सॉल्यूशंस के टर्म्स में अगर देखा जाए तो ये सिंपली वी ए वेक्टर वी ए upon UA should match with vector VB upon UB. Now vector VA of course is again space-time dependent, so it will match at the same R star and T star. So that means ये जो मैंने लिखा हुआ है कि वेक्टर VA at some position vector RA and time instant TA, or on the right I have written vector VB at some position vector RB and time instant TB. तो RA और RB और TA TB में भी एक certain relation होगा. Why? Because they will match only when RA upon DA is same as RB upon DB. So ऐसे points जो ये relation obey करते होंगे उनको corresponding points बोलते हैं. And similarly I have relations between T and TB where this condition would hold. So TA UA upon DA is equal to TB UB upon DB. So basically मैंने सिर्फ ये किया हुआ है कि दोनों के डायमेंशनलेस पोजीशन वेक्टर्स और टाइम इंस्टेंट्स को सेम किया हुआ, इक्वेट किया हुआ. सो फ्रॉम देयर आई कैन गेट रिलेशंस बिटवीन their corresponding dimensional world position vectors RA and RB and the dimensional time instants TA and TB. वो दोनों के बीच में एक करस्पॉन्डेंस की रिलेशन एस्टैब्लिश हो रही है. तो ये जो ऊपर लिखा हुआ है ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है बिकॉज ultimately it is the dimensional solutions which normally engineers require. So from the dynamic similarity we can relate the dimensional solutions also in the above manner. इसमें बस ज़्यादा ध्यान रखने की ज़रूरत यह है कि we will be able to relate the dimensional solutions only at corresponding points and at corresponding time instants, which are of course obtained by matching the dimensionless locations and the dimensionless time instants for both the problems. Okay, now we move on to the last aspect of this lecture. Whatever we have learned as far as dynamic similarity is concerned, what are its uses? I know how we can exploit all these ideas. So using dynamic similarity. So dynamic similarity paves the way, or it shows the way and forms the basis of carrying out scaled up and down experiments of real world flows in various engineering applications. तो जैसे कि मैं यहाँ पे I have told, suppose you have some kind of a let's say you are dealing with you are a designer of an automobile or a car and you are designing its shape for best aerodynamic performance. So one way is to actually build a car, the actual sized car, and then run it on the road and test for various parameters like atmospheric forces exerted by the moving air and all those things, and pressure distributions. Now the other way is to build a smaller scaled down model of the car. Scaled down means geometrically similar model बनाइए एक कार का और उसको फिर लैब में under similar kinematic conditions try to test it. Okay. So our dynamic similarity ideas have told us that जो actual flow है, real world flow है, where the size of the car is bigger and maybe the velocities have a different magnitude, that flow can be made dynamically similar to another flow where the sizes and dimensions are similar but different, and even the velocity magnitudes can be different by retaining the kinematic similarity. And even let's say the fluid, वैसे तो car would be running in air, but you can even test a small model in let's say another fluid which may be having different properties, है ना. तो ये जो आइडिया है कि रियल वर्ल्ड प्रॉब्लम्स का जब हम स्टडी करना चाहें तो हम उनका एक स्केल्ड अप या डाउन एक्सपेरिमेंट क्रिएट कर सकते हैं अपने लैब में, एंड द एक्सपेरिमेंट इज utilizing the dynamic similarity aspect of two flows, okay, it will be run under dynamic similarity conditions. That means you have to ensure geometric and kinematic similarity, and you have to match the dimensionless pi groups or numbers relevant to the problem that are existing in the real world and that are existing in the laboratory scaled up down experiment. Okay, that is the main idea. So, for example, it is possible to test scaled down models of airplanes or maybe aircraft components, maybe even missiles, etc., in a suitably designed laboratory experimental apparatus. तो अब आपके बात समझ में आ गई होगी कि जो हाउ कैन वी स्टडी एनी काइंड ऑफ रियल टेक्नोलॉजिकली एप्लीकेशन में जो रेलेवेंट फ्लो है, ज़रूरी नहीं है कि बिल्कुल उसका एग्जैक्ट सिनेरियो क्रिएट किया जाए लैब में. वी जस्ट हैव टू मेक श्योर दैट वी हैव अ डायनेमिकली सिमिलर सिनेरियो और सेटअप इन द लैब. ओके, सो इवन इन कैरिंग आउट कंप्यूटर सिमुलेशंस, ये तो फिजिकल एक्सपेरिमेंट्स की बात है, दिस इज ऑल वी आर टॉकिंग इन टर्म्स ऑफ फिजिकल एक्सपेरिमेंट्स, बट दीज डेज यू आर अवेयर दैट वी कैन कैरी आउट वर्चुअल एक्सपेरिमेंट्स ऑल्सो इन द फॉर्म ऑफ कंप्यूटर सिमुलेशंस ऑफ फ्लोज. तो वहाँ भी द आइडिया ऑफ मैचिंग द पाई ग्रुप्स और डायमेंशनलेस पैरामीटर्स इज नेसेसरी टू अचीव डायनेमिक सिमिलैरिटी. तो वहाँ भी हम यही चाहेंगे कि कंप्यूटर सिमुलेशन भी अगर हम कर रहे हैं तो डायनेमिकली सिमिलर कंडीशंस में करके देखें. तो दैट कैन बी अचीव्ड ओनली बाय मैचिंग द पाई ग्रुप्स और डायमेंशनलेस पैरामीटर्स ऑफ द रियल वर्ल्ड प्रॉब्लम. तो हमें डायनेमिक सिमिलैरिटी कंडीशन में हमें डायमेंशनलेस सॉल्यूशंस मिल जाएंगे और फिर उन सॉल्यूशन से हम वी कैन कन्वर्ट देम बैक टू द डायमेंशनल सॉल्यूशंस ऑफ द ओरिजिनल प्रॉब्लम. दैट इज द आइडिया. So I will now end this lecture by summarizing what we have learnt in this lecture. So the first point is two flows are dynamically similar if they possess geometric and kinematic similarity. So kinematic similarity is velocity, BCs and initial conditions. They must be similar in both the problems. Then the second point is that all the dimensionless parameters relevant to the problem for the two cases must match in their respective magnitudes. So this is the first thing that we have learned, what is dynamic similarity. Then second point that we have learned is that under the condition of dynamic similarity, the flow field of the two flows can be related to each other. So I am talking of the dimensional flow fields. Thus, if one flow field is known or determined, the other can be predicted using the above relations, right? So this was the idea when we were talking about exploiting dynamic similarity in studying any real world flows in our labs and using computer simulations. So the last point is that this dynamic similarity forms the basis of studying and simulating many real world flows through scaled up and down physical experiments in laboratories and even in virtual experiments on computers. So this is at this point I would like to end this lecture on dynamic similarity, and the previous lecture that was on dimensionless formulations, the two taken together are very intimately connected. So we have come to the almost the end of the theoretical and fundamental knowledge about fluid flows that is relevant to our course. So from the next lecture onwards, I'll be starting all kinds of exact solutions of Navier-Stokes equations that we can look at in the scope of this present course. So thank you very much.